But at least he's working, you know?
Yeah. People always need proofs.
Here we go. All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of the things that we talk about all the time, based on the interviews we do here on WOCA, is Laura Byrnes and CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion, because it happens. I mean, it's part of just your daily life. You run into people who say, I need a better job, or I need a job, or I know somebody who needs a job. And I will always say CareerSource, CareerSource, CareerSource. But you know what they say, Laura? You can lead a horse to water. All right, but you can't make him drink.
That's true.
And today you brought with you Brian Baines. He's the general manager of Phoenix Wood Products. So I'm looking forward to hearing about that and what you guys do. How are you, Laura?
Doing pretty well. Just trying to figure out what the weather wants to do. And
It's going to get cold again.
I know. And the last time we had the hard freeze, we used every sheet that we had. And I just finished washing everything and folding and putting it away. And now we have to do it all over again. We tried to buy the frost blankets from but they are long out.
That's what the gardening lady yesterday,
Yeah.
Carol Ann, said.
Yeah.
So this is in your new place.
It is.
So
yes.
you are a gardener.
Well, they had a lot of gorgeous landscaping. I hope it comes back. We had a huge bougainvillea bush.
Yeah.
And
you like it?
yeah, I'm not so much now.
I hate mine.
Okay.
It's horrible. It's got the thorns of Christ on it.
Okay.
It'll make you bleed.
Yeah. I don't deal with that. That's not my.
You don't cut the bushes? Who does that, Joe?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, he bleeds. You ever see him come in the house with bloody fingers? That's because he's messing with that thing.
Well, all right. Okay. Anyway.
I love you.
Yeah, well, we heard that you had on top
She
of the
didn't
world.
say I love you, too.
I know.
We all love you. Brian and I heard that your previous guests were from On Top of the World.
Yes. We love that segment.
And this is my little segue into some hiring events.
Ah, nice.
And they're one of them. But first, right now, today, Middlesex Corporation is having a hiring event from 9 to 1 over at our Ocala Career Center. CDL drivers, pipe layers, roadway superintendent, a variety of positions. Get on over to our Career Center off 14th Street. Right now, it's happening. And then, speaking of On Top of the World, on January 22nd, which is next Monday, from 9 to 12, they are looking for golf course maintenance, grounds maintenance, spray technicians, real estate sales associates, hiring for many, many positions at On Top of the World, but go to our Career Center in Ocala. Also on the 22nd, FM Meat Products from 11 to 3 is looking for production workers, and that is going to be at their location at Fort McCoy. If you go to our calendar of events at CareerSourceCLM.com and search hiring events, you will get all the details and the address and the map.
Does that involve, like, killing animals?
Well, no, I don't think so. They'll learn learn how to smoke meat, make sausage. I'm thinking, oh boy, that's an operation I want to drive by and smell, because I love.
Because you'd rather that than this. Well, we got outside the window now.
Well, yeah. We won't tell them what that was.
There is something enjoyable about smelling meat that's cooking.
Barbecue smells, and sometimes it smells way better than it tastes. If it's not done right.
Same thing with cigars.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Smells way better than it tastes.
But also Plantation on Crystal River out at their location on West Fort Island Trail in Crystal River. They are hiring, and there's a hiring event from 9 to 12 as well.
It's like a resort, right? I've never actually been there.
I've been there. I've stayed there. Been to meetings there.
Yeah?
It's a great location. It's very nice, very nice.
Was it ever actually a plantation?
Boy, I do not know. That I do not know. But listen, before I turn this over to Brian, because I want him to talk about Phoenix Wood Products, I want to put a plug out for our 3rd annual Marion County Youth Career Expos. And if you are a business and you are in healthcare, IT, manufacturing, like Phoenix Woods Manufacturing, transportation logistics, public service, or education, we want to hear from you. We are looking for employers because we will offer you, it's interactive hands-on displays where the kids come along, but also in a separate session, roundtable discussions where industry leaders sit down, kids rotate into you and you can talk about your business. So this is an opportunity for your future workforce to learn about your industry and your business and the education and skills that they need to succeed at your business and any career opportunities that you may have. So this is fantastic. There's absolutely no charge for you to participate. There are 3 separate events. The first one for public middle school students. They'll be bussed in on Tuesday, February 13th from 9 to noon. That evening from 5 to 7, parents, teachers, private school students, homeschooled students, public school students unable to attend any of the other sessions. It is open to you. In addition to the career fair and the roundtable discussions, there will be an internationally renowned motivational speaker who's going to come in and talk about the importance of soft skills. You don't want to miss this. And again, it's free of charge for participants and for the employers. And then on Valentine's Day, you gotta love it. High schoolers will come and meet with you. So please, if you have a business and you want to take part in this, last year's event was incredible. Give us a call at 800-746-9950 and let us know. We'd love to have you. And with that, take it away, Brian.
All right. Brian, you are a company that makes wood products.
That's correct.
That's awesome. Robert's brother is very talented in wood things. Makes everything out of wood, right?
Yeah, he does.
He makes everything. I remember as a kid with the popsicle sticks and the Elmer's glue.
Right.
I wasn't even good at that. So where are you? Where is Phoenix Wood Products?
Our Ocala facility is located on Northeast 36th Avenue.
I don't know if franchise is the right word, but I mean, is it a national company?
No. Although we do have a plant in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
In Ashburn, Georgia.
Okay, so the word Phoenix has nothing to do with Arizona. It's about rising from the ashes? Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, excellent.
That's right.
How did you get involved in it?
I've been in manufacturing for quite a long time, wood specifically, and the owners we knew, and over time, just conversations we've had, and I was looking to get back into manufacturing, and so from there I moved over.
Do you provide the wood like a lumber company would do, or do you provide finished products, or both?
Finished product and both. We do some lumber process. We lumber process for our own pallet building, but we also do lumber processing for others.
Really?
Well. That's right.
Do you know when they rebuilt the fake town from Six Gun Territory over in Williston at the Kirby farm, they used pallets to build all those buildings.
We actually donated, and just about every event, they've actually taken some of our...
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so, yeah, we're very familiar with them.
And it's amazing what they were able to do with that stuff.
It's fantastic, and I'd say very, very, very many of our employees have gone to the events that they've had.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, so everybody comes back really thrilled with their families being having the opportunity to go to that.
So what would we do if we were working for you? What kind of jobs do you have?
Well, focus mostly is on production. So whether it's in the wood processing side, whether it's feeding saws, working on the saws. Also in the pallet side, manufacturing, we have guys that use nail guns to build pallets. We also have several automatic nailing machines. Very, very, very.
Really?
Yes, something that's actually quite interesting to watch as far as the process, but very big machines, if you will. It's hard to describe without actually seeing it.
They just shoot nails?
That's right. Each of them has 4 guns. Yeah, so it's an automatic nailing machine. Yeah.
What actually projects the nail? Is it gunpowder?
It's a gun. Well, it's hydraulics and
hydraulic air
and pneumatics.
Pressurized air.
You got it.
Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? Is that the same thing with the gun itself?
Well, a nail gun is all pneumatics.
It's all the same thing. Okay.
Right.
See, I don't know anything more.
Do you have cabinets, pre-built cabinets and things too?
No, really just pallets. That's the only thing for the most part that we build.
Oh my gosh, that is so fascinating.
So that would be for the forklift drivers.
We have a lot of forklift drivers. That's right.
I've done that in my past. Well, every once in a while there'll be a job that Laura talks about that's a forklift driving. I mean, it's been so many years since I did it.
We probably have the best forklift driving crew, I think, anywhere in this area. And
Oh,
I
really?
truly believe
Do
that.
they have competitions?
No.
Like, could you prove
well,
it?
You got to be safe. Let's keep it
Forklift
safe.
Olympics or something?
No, we don't do that. But I will say they are, as far as skills, they're not matched by anybody that I've seen.
So where are your customers? Where do they come from?
Usually, if you want to talk about somebody locally, Closet-Made.
Okay,
Oh.
that would make sense. Yeah.
Coca-Cola. We have several plants around state of Florida that we send pallets to.
I had no idea. So the pallets that they use come from Ocala.
That's right.
That's you guys. Wow. And how do you ship them? I guess that's a stupid question. So
on trucks. Yes.
Yeah. So
Right.
just a truck full of pallets.
We try to do truckloads. That's
A
exactly
pallet
right.
full of pallets.
Truck full of pallets. That's right.
And every company that orders pallets, do they have different size specifications?
Many do. We have lots of customers that may only have one truckload of only one size. Companies like, say, GAF, which is a shingle manufacturer, companies like Owens, companies like, you've heard of Quikrete that make the bag concrete.
Right.
Most of they have one pallet because they're only producing one type of product, and they're going to warehouse those
Right,
on
right,
pallets the same way. So a lot of it is the same pallet for them. But each customer may have their own specs, depending on what they're putting on there, what the weight is, and how they stack it.
Laura, did you know I worked at the Star Banner when I was younger? I worked in the mailroom, and when the newspaper inserts would come, I don't even know how they do it now, but all the stuff that goes into the Sunday paper would sometimes arrive a month or so earlier, like the comics and Parade magazine and all that stuff, and they would all be on pallets. And in the Star Banner case back then, anyway, it was a hand thing. You didn't drive a forklift, I don't think. It was just a hand
Pallet
thing.
jack.
Pallet jack, thank you. So I could operate that.
You got skills, right?
I got skills.
Do some of the pallets require to be coated?
Well, some of our customers say, like Coca-Cola, they need to be mold-free. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then others may
Oh,
have
really?
different specifications. They're called heat-treated. That means that they can be shipped internationally. So, different pallets have different specifications, whether it be size, configuration, but also painted, stamped, or HT, which is heat-treated, so it can be shipped in different areas.
How do you do mold-free? What is that? What
Bleaching.
kind of process?
Bleaching.
Oh, bleaching it.
Right.
See, this would
Start
be
out with a specification of wood first, but
Right.
so off the air, we were talking about a younger person in my family who had been out of work for a while. Now he's working in the roofing business, and he's intellectually or whatever, academically, he could do anything, but he just chooses to have hands-on kind of work. I think he would love this kind of work. It just seems like perfect for him. So the job opportunities are all in the like a factory setting. Is that fair to say?
yes, it is. That's correct.
Okay.
We have a
And
day shift and a night shift.
oh, really? Is it a 12-hour shift?
No, day shift is Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 3, which is 8 hours.
That's a
plus
good shift.
overtime, plus overtime when we need. Night shift is Monday through Thursday, and they're 10-hour shifts, starts at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And, when I talk to somebody about...
That's
about
not
the
bad, though. You get
opportunity-
home at 11, probably.
Well, no, 4 p.m. will go to 2:30 as far as a standard shift. There's 4 10s.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
But I don't really like to say we end at 2:30. The truth is we end when we're done with the job.
Sure. That would make sense. Yeah.
Right.
And do you have benefits then for the employees?
Absolutely. From health insurance options to 401k, vacation, holidays. We are a piece rate organization in most of our positions, which gives anybody the opportunity to make whatever you do. The more you produce, the more you make. So that gives the employee the opportunity to earn more.
So Robin and Laura, don't listen to this question because I don't want to sound sexist. But I mean, is it mostly men that work there?
Mostly, but not all.
Not all. You have some ladies who work there.
Absolutely, and some of them actually, I'll be real honest with you, can outwork the men.
Yeah, I would bet. Yeah. So do you? What is the culture? And this is something I learned from Laura. What is that like? I'm guessing it's fun. I've worked in factory
Well,
settings.
number one, let's call it. It's all about the family. Okay, we're a flat line type of organization, meaning We don't have lots of layers of management. Okay, so everybody is there, everybody's is approachable, everybody's is a part of what we're doing. Second, we have a heart, we have an attitude, and that attitude and heart is we're not going to say no. We're going to get the job done. We're going to stay until it is done. And that's something I try and impress upon anybody that I might be interviewing, is you got to have that heart that says, hey, I'm here till it's done.
That's a great work ethic.
Right.
That's that's what I would look for too. I mean, that says everything. If you have somebody who will do above and beyond.
So it's a partnership. It's respect from both sides. If I have somebody that says, hey, I'm here till the end, we're going to do it, we recognize that. Okay, it's not done without notice.
Right,
okay?
right.
So from my standpoint, I know all the employees out back. I know them very well. I know what they did, whether it was the night before or the day before, and I spend a lot of my time trying to recognize those that did a good job, went a little bit above and beyond.
So your role, I mean, as general manager, you kind of, not in addition to the job at hand, you have the personalities that are doing those jobs, and you sort of have to be aware of all those different personalities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, like a family, everybody has a different personality.
Usually,
we got to make it work together, right?
Do you have one job going on at one time, or do you have multiple jobs being created at one time to go out the door? Multiple orders from different companies?
Absolutely. We have each nailing machine may be working on a different customer's pallet.
Oh.
Where we build what we call on the tables. That's where guys are using nail guns. They're building different styles of pallets. So yes, we have multiple types of pallets and customers being worked on at the same time.
And do you design some of the pallets? Are there businesses that say, we gotta
A little
have
both.
this?
Right, a little above.
Oh, that must be interesting.
Yeah, so we try to help spec when needed. But a lot of our customers have their specs. They know what they need because they are shipping. They're the ones warehousing or shipping their own products.
If I could, Brian and I were talking before we came in, and I'd love for him to talk. We were talking about corporate culture, some of the things that the shifts meeting and sitting down to break bread together, and your donations to the glove. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. What she's talking about is we have each quarter we have what's called Phoenix Fest. It's in between both shifts, so around 3:30 we feed them. And we're talking about barbecue earlier. I just want to make a pitch. One of our trucking supervisor in the Georgia plant is a championship barbecuer. I mean, he's legit. Okay?
Nice.
And he came down and actually did a full barbecue for everybody. And it turns out that was a big mistake on my part because they really want him back every time. And we just can't get him back.
He's in demand. He's going to raise his price.
He's fantastic. His ribs are just phenomenal. But anyhow, back on Phoenix Fest. So we feed them. We have kind of a plant meeting. I do a talk about kind of the state of the union, if you will. We also do a lot of recognition, whether it's most improved in this area, best team, forklift driver of the quarter, employee of the quarter in different areas.
Well, that's a good management skill you have right there. A lot of people don't realize that often is more of an incentive than a raise. Just getting recognition will sometimes keep somebody on board and help them have that little self-esteem thing that you need.
Absolutely. We let's say we work in the open, and what I mean by that is recognition can come in two different ways. I mean, we always recognize those that are doing a good job, but we're also able to have the conversation when we're not. Okay, so and part of that is
recognizing the ones who aren't.
Call it the opportunity. How can we get better?
Okay.
So that's when somebody is not getting to where we need. We're going to talk about that as well. And the reason why is it's really helpful that if we have a goal and we're not getting there, then what's the path to get there?
Wow, I had no idea that the pallets were made here. Do you guys also make crates?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Tell me about that. Is that a different skill set, a different department?
Totally different department. Definitely a different skill set because it requires generally one individual working on the entire crate. So you got to be self-motivated. You got to understand like blueprints and specs and things like that. And it's built a piece at a time and then final assembly. So a lot different in the process. A lot different in the product. So yeah, we do build crates and some fairly large crates. Class 1 is one of the local customers that gets a lot of our crates.
How large are those?
They vary. It all depends on the product going in. So
do you literally manufacture the wood? How do I ask this question? Like plywood. Do you actually manufacture?
No. All plywood that's used for that is we just bring in the plywood that we spec for the.
But the lumber, I mean, you cut the lumber to the specs that you need, right?
Right. We bring in lumber two different ways. Pretty much all of it's pine. The vast majority we bring is southern yellow pine. Bringing it in what we call dry pine. That would be like your 2x4, 2x6, 2x8s, 2x12s. Okay. Those we either use for stringers on the pallets or we will resaw into deck boards. Okay. Also, obviously, cut into size before that. But we also bring in what's called rough green. Rough green would be just right out of the raw tree, okay? And there are some pallets that don't require, it's okay that they mold, they're depending on what they're putting on. They're like bag concrete or something like that. They will use rough green. It's a lesser price,
right.
Than obviously.
So I have a fun question to ask you.
Okay.
If I were to walk around the plant, the factory, is there any of the workers there that made something clever out of the wood, and it's just on, like they made a little boat or something that's on display?
Not on display, but we do have some little things that they may have the Phoenix Wood Product logo and stuff like that on, but we do have a lot of people that do come in and ask for some wood that do make some pretty amazing things.
So like if one of the workers has a kid in the derby contest, the thing with no motor? Soapbox derby, yeah. Where there's no motor, you just go down the hill.
Right.
Have you ever had somebody make?
Not that I've seen.
Or come to you and say, hey, can we do this?
Not sure I want to be responsible for that.
But Larry, they do something. They donate their what do you call
gloves.
Their leftover. What would you call that?
Sometimes it's some scrap wood, but also in the organization you're speaking of, we do donate some wood where they actually have people they paint.
Those signs.
And and they're able to sell those.
Where homeless folks can come in and work all day, being creative, and they get paid for it, and then they sell.
Wow.
They sell those signs, and then the gentleman who was in charge of the head of that nonprofit brought in.
I remember that
the signs to Phoenix Wood during one of the Phoenix Fest.
That's right.
I remember that story. Yeah, that was an impressive story.
Good organization.
And how about safety? Do you have just a certain group of people that just go around and inspect all the machines and nail guns all the time?
We have a safety committee. They met last Tuesday, and we also have a safety meeting, and we just actually had a monthly safety meeting yesterday. Georgia plant is a part of what's called SHARPS program. Okay, so it's a certification that you have to achieve in order to get there, which means you are a safe environment, safe practice company. We are trying to get back into the SHARPS program in Ocala. So safety is absolute vital to what we do. You won't see any of my leadership team or any of the guys walking around without their safety glasses on, without their earplugs, guys on the forklifts without their seatbelts on. It's that is also part of our culture, okay? We are safe and we're watching out for each other.
Every time Laura is on, I like to mention to the listeners that what you just heard has been recorded. It'll be up online on Facebook and on YouTube as a video. Share it with somebody who you know would appreciate working for this great company, Phoenix Wood Products. Brian, thank you for coming in and sharing that with us today.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
And Laura, what do they do? Call you? Contact you?
I would go to our website, CareerSourceCLM.com. You'll see the news tab at the top of the page. Click on that, and then you'll see the WOCA Employer Showcase link. Click on that, and you'll learn about the company, the positions, how to apply, everything, where to call for help, all that good stuff. So go there, and we will post the podcast of the show on that site. And there's also a nice video about Phoenix Wood is also there that you can access. So.
And if I could mention, you do have a website, and I watched that video earlier this morning. So it was Mr. McGee, I think? McGee.
He's the general manager at our Georgia plant.
And what is the name of that? What was the website I went to? I don't have it in front of me.
PhoenixWood.com.
PhoenixWood.com. Oh, it is in front of me. Okay. Well, thank you, Brian Baines and Laura. Thank you for coming in today.
You're most welcome.
See you next time.
Yes, sir.
We'll be
All right.
right back.